What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So here to recap the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Denver Broncos, where Broncos suffer their first loss in over 2 months. I think it's been like over 90 days, to be honest. It's been a while. And yeah, definitely sucks. It sucks. But I'm going to try to be as positive as possible. I mean, if you think about it, had an 11-game win streak. That in itself is pretty remarkable. I mean, given the fact that how this team has had this turnaround, making the playoffs last year and then this year, I think the expectations this year were playoffs again. But they put themselves in a position to not only win the division, but to be the 1 seed in the AFC West. The AFC, my bad, not the AFC West. And it's still right there. It's still right in front of them. I mean, unfortunately, everything pretty much went wrong today. The Broncos lost. The Pats, the Bills, and the Chargers all won. All the teams we needed to lose to basically ensure that we get the 1 seed and the AFC West today. But that's not always how things work out. And I think to win this division, you're going to have to go and win it. And it looks like it's going to come down to that final game when we play the Chargers final week. But we still got a game before that. I'll have a preview for that probably tomorrow. But yeah, let's talk about this one. Rough game. Prayers up for Pat Bryant. He took a scary hit late in the game, and it sucks because he just came back for this game, and yeah, it looked bad. Thankfully, he had movement in his fingers and his feet, so that's a good sign. And I was just reading that he only suffered a concussion coming out of this, so thank God, because it looked a lot worse than just concussion. So he's going to miss some time, unfortunately. What else? Talk about the good and the bad. First off, I want to talk about the offense. Offense in the first half, I wasn't too concerned. We were down 17-10 at half. Defense, again, looked kind of like how they looked in the first half against the Packers. I was like, okay, we've been in this situation before. Let's go and, do what we did last week. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Broncos, they ended up tying the game. They gave the touchdown right back. Next drive for the Jags. Making it 24-17. And then the Jags ended up going up 31, I think. Yeah, 31-17, and I think at that point was when we fumbled the football. It's just in these types of games, these types of playoff games. I mean, the crowd today, shout out to the crowd, they were rocking once again. But these type of games, yeah, it looked bad at that point. We're down by 2 scores, but you can't fumble the ball on your own side of the field, and that gave them the field goal there, making it 34-17. We ended up getting a field goal back, but the Broncos offense just looked out of sync in this one. In the fourth quarter, they had 2 drives where they did not end up with points. They had the 1 drive with the field goal, but yeah, 2 big drives. I mean, I was like, we need a touchdown in one of these first drives here, because we're going to get a couple. We need a touchdown in one of these first 2. And it just didn't happen. I mean, one of the drives was when they were kind of driving down the field, and he threw an interception right to the Jaguars defender. But, yeah, it was frustrating because Tyler Beatty, he was wide open check down. And they just needed 2 yards. It was 4th and 2, and Bo just forced one on the outside to Pat Bryant. And, those 2 turnovers were big right there. Can't have those. But, yeah, we just didn't play well enough. Receivers were dropping balls throughout the game, and a lot of penalties on us. And especially against a good Jaguars team like this. You got to go back and forth with them. It looked like there for a minute that's what was going to happen, but then the game just slipped away from us. And, ended up losing that one. One of the positives on the offense, probably the only good thing, was I thought R.J. Harvey looked pretty good. He had 7 carries, 50 yards, a touchdown, and he had 4 catches for 71 yards. He has 11 scores now on the year. But, man, would have been nice. If Dobbins was here, I think they'd be a great 1-2. But, yeah, we're going to need Harvey to do what he did today in the playoffs. I thought Vance Joseph, his defense did not look good today. They were like Swiss cheese out there. Gave up 4 touchdowns in the red zone. That's just unacceptable. Defense all year, they hadn't been doing that. But in this game, for some reason, they were, every time Jaguars got down there, I think after the second or third, it was like, oh, they're scoring. I was like, we ain't going to stop it. It's like how our defense is playing. We ain't going to stop this. I was right. But, yeah, the defense, they were terrible today. It was everybody. It wasn't one person. It was everybody. Nick Benito, though, he admitted after the game that he was bad and he needs to be better in the next one. But, I think a silver lining here is that you look at the Patriots and they lost to the Bills. I think this, I hope, is a wake-up call. I think it's good to get a little bit of a humbling before the playoffs and rather than it happen in the playoffs. You need to come back to reality and realize, yeah, you can be beat. And, you got to win. You got to earn it, These 2 games coming up, they're not going to be easy. Teams ain't going to bow down to us. I think today, and I kind of felt the energy going into this one, just my energy and then watching the team's energy, I felt like that we were feeling the Jags were going to kind of bow down to us. That did not happen. And it's not going to happen. Not for the rest of the season. We got to go out there, we got to play hard, and we got to win the darn game. It's not going to be given to us. I'm excited to see what the response is from this team. That's what happens. You get a little adversity. It's time to, put up or shut up. I hope the team comes out next game and just dominates, Thought Bo Nix was okay in this one, but he, when they fumbled the handoff and then he threw the bad pick, that's when he started getting bad. Normally he's good in the fourth quarter, but not today. They were costly. But other than that, I thought he was all right. But, he can't play like this in playoffs. He's got to be a lot better. He's got to play like he did against the Packers. They're going to have a shot to go deep. We control our destiny. We went out, we get the 1 and the West. That's how it is. We're not going to be able to really rely on the other teams now to lose and we just win it. I think we're at the point now where we got to win the darn thing. I also thought the refs had some iffy penalties on this one. There were some times where I was watching the play clock. It was counting down to 0. And they weren't throwing the flags. I was like, is that 0? And then as 0's on the clock, then they were snapping. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, it was loud there. And there was one play early in the game where P.J. Locke couldn't even hear the whistle. And he blasted Trevor Lawrence, causing a 15-yard penalty. I'm glad T-Law was all right because, that looked bad. He got a blind shot in the back right there. But, yeah, that was that. Calling on some individual guys. I'm going to talk Riley Moss here. He had some good moments, but Parker Washington, who he was guarding, man, he had some big plays in this one that was Moss's responsibility, and he was giving it up. So got to be better there. Franklin Myers, he had 2 sacks. McLaughlin had a couple nice runs. Think about McLaughlin. I feel like he sparks the offense. Every time he gets a big run, he just gets up, starts yelling right at the camera. He'd be looking right at the camera, and he'd be yelling. Third down offense was bad in this one. They were 5 for 14. It's hard to win games when you are doing that. But yeah, we had 6 penalties for 61 yards. Jags had 2 for 20. Lutz, he's been automatic, but he doinked one early in the game, and that kind of set the tone. Right there, I was like, oh boy, is this going to be one of these kinds of games? Sure enough. But yeah, red zone, third down defense, they got to be a lot better too. And I know they can. I mean, it was awful today, but that's not how I know this defense to be. They could be a lot better. So I'm not going to go over the quarterback stats. I mean, Lawrence he had 3 touchdowns on us, and he had 1 running too. But yeah, Washington, he had 6 catches, 145 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Sutton was our leading receiver, 6 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. That's not bad. Both running backs for both teams, the leading runners. Etienne was 16 carries for 50. I said we had to slow him down, which I felt we did, but passing defense was awful. And then Harvey had 50 yards as well, 7 carries and a touchdown. Yeah, Jags won the turnover battle. We had more total yards, 445 to 346. Go over a couple more player stats here, and it's going to do it for me. But yeah, Washington, man, he just dominated us in this one. Jacoby Myers had a decent game, 4 catches, 45 yards. Brenton Strange earlier in the game is making some noise, 5 catches, 39 yards. Other than that, Brian Thomas Jr. didn't do much. Tim Patrick only had 1 catch. So they only had 1 sack. O-line held up pretty well for the most part. B.J. Green with the sack for the Jags. But, yeah, it was really turnovers for us and the drop passes that sunk us in this one. Get the Broncos stats here and call it. Yeah, McLaughlin behind Harvey had 5 carries for 37 yards. Second leading receiver, was Harvey. 4 catches, 71 yards. Troy Franklin had 4 catches, 66 yards. Pat Bryant had 5 catches, 42 yards. Evan Ingram, 2 catches, 36 yards. He had 1 big reception. I think it was like an 18-yard catch or something. No, it was a 33-yard catch. So he had a 3-yard catch and then a 33-yard catch. Mims, 3 catches, 26 yards. And going to the defense, we had 5 sacks. The defense in this one. DJ Jones, Riley Moss, obviously 2 for John Franklin, and then the last one to Malcolm Roach. Nick Benito, though, did not get a sack. I was kind of surprised. I expect Benito to be that guy, that star pass rusher that's going to, put pressure on the QB almost every play, and I didn't really feel his presence in this one. I felt like his man who was guarding him or blocking him was blocking him very well because he wasn't doing much. Same with Cooper. Cooper didn't do much in this one either. So you take away our 2 best pass rushers, and that happens. I mean, Zach Allen, didn't hear his name that much. So, yeah, all in all, it was just a bad day for the defense, and I hope this isn't a telltale story to come. I hope that they just had a bad game. They've had some bad situations. I feel like they've been exposed a little bit. There's some cracks in the defense since that Commanders game, but they've recovered. In this one, they never recovered. So that's a little concerning, but here we are. We gotta win out, guys. I mean, if we want to get the 1 seed in the AFC West, we gotta win out. That's what it is now. It's right there. We're still in first. We got the tiebreakers. We got everything. It's all set up. We know the task now. You got to win out. And you got to play. You can't just expect the other team to bow down to you. You got to get in there. You got to win these games. Play with some heart. I'm excited to see what happens, though. First time really all year the Broncos have faced adversity. Coming off the loss now. There's a lot of outside noise now coming in. But I want to see the Broncos play the next game and just dominate. I mean, like I said, sometimes it's good to have a little reset. You get humbled, especially right before the playoffs, and realize that, yeah, you could get beat, and we got to go out here. We got to win these games because it's not going to be given to us. So, anyway, that's going to do it, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hit like and subscribe if you're new. On that, stay safe, be good. It sucks to lose, but the 11-game win streak was it was a ride, man. It was pretty awesome. Sucks that it ended. Wish we could have extended it, but got to start a new streak now. We know the task, and hope to have a preview video for our next game on Christmas Day against the Kansas City Chiefs, either tomorrow or Tuesday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's going to do it. Go Broncos. Peace.